Well, finally, I might be able to do you a video of the blue throat triggerfish. You've been in there about 5 days now. Tried to do a video yesterday, but he just kept disappearing. The male, you can see the male there and the female. He might swim off. Now, I'm not entirely sure. They've disappeared now. Hopefully they don't like the camera. Oh, here he comes. Now, I'm hoping, I don't know if you can see that sort of white marks all over him, but that is just the marks where he was squeezed himself into a rock for 2 or 3 days. It's a bit worrying because they want cheap fish. All the sort of videos you watch, they say they can hide away for up to a week. Now that's been, like I said, about 5 days. He's much better. He's actually feeding today. The female was feeding virtually straight away. Now, everyone was saying that these are the best triggerfish that you can have if you want triggers. Now, I really wanted triggerfish but couldn't find any available, and saw this one in Maidenhead Aquatics at Borden. It's gone to ground now, but I had a bit of a panic when he came out and I saw that white looks like white spot all over him. So I went up there yesterday, spoke to the chap, and I bought some of this. It's the same range as the Herb Tana, and it's just a bit of they don't do a general sort of medication like you put in a tropical tank, like a water conditioner, but he said this is about the best stuff. Now, I put it in yesterday. Obviously in this tank it's 25 ml for every 100 litres, so I had to stick half a bottle in yesterday. I'll get the bottle out. Oh my god, it stinks. It smells like when you do your skimmer on a bad day. That's the colour of it. Even now, just getting it out of the box, I can smell it. Poor bloody hell, it stinks. So I stank the house up yesterday. Done a water change last night. I've not got in there and cleaned the back of the tank. I don't want to spook the triggers anymore. I'm letting them settle in. The orange spot goby's still doing a good job of putting loads of sand in the water column, but he's doing an excellent job of cleaning the bottom of the tank. Now, for years I had a tank with no substrate at all, which is a lot easier to clean, but it just doesn't quite look right in a big tank, I don't think. So I had a blue cheek goby, but when we had the white spot disaster, we lost him. He was quite a big fish. He must have been, getting on for 6 inches long, I suppose. But we've got a sand sifting starfish in there, which we've had since we've had it. You never see him. Once in a blue moon he might pop his head up, and the bicolour might peck at him a little bit. Excuse me. But those triggerfish, very observant. You can just see, if you look by the bubble tip, the female is just tucked in there. Yesterday I managed to crawl across the carpet and try and do a video. But so fish stocks, we've got the clown tang there, the lipstick tang we bought a couple of weeks back. He settled in fine. We've got the Lamarck, the cleaner wrasse, which we've had for quite a long time, the 2 clowns which keep laying eggs, the long spiked sea urchin, which we've had for about 5 years. Thought he'd have been dead by now. The orange spot goby, and there are some chromis in there. I have bought about 6 chromis, and they group together for about 8 or 9 months. But they're laying eggs over everything, and then all of a sudden the big males seem to pair off with one single female, and forced all the others to the extremes, each corner of the tank, until they died off through lack of food. Spike had one when we had the white spot disaster. But here he comes. Wow, they're quite fast fish. I've done the water change last night, cleaned the sump out. So I've got my charcoal reactor running and the FOS reactor. Cheeto and whatever that other stuff's called growing in there. Normally I have the Cheeto in this one, but my bracket broke on the light. That's why it's held up that string. That medication doesn't seem to have any effect on the skimmer. That's still running fine. I left it off. Bloke said leave it off for a couple of hours. It's just a general health boost. The new top up. I told you last time that my ball valve had stopped working on my top up tank. It was passing water, so my top up tank was like a 3-day top up tank here, which I think, you know, it's all good having a massive great tub for your top up, but really it doesn't hurt to have a couple of day system, because you need to be, you know, you're checking your tank every day anyway, so it doesn't hurt to top it up every 3 days with fresh water, I don't think. But each to their own. I didn't want to have a separate tank and then have any leaking issues after the other tank breaking. But yeah, that bubble tip, I bought that about 3 weeks ago. It seems to have settled in fine. Only moved once, and then Spike knocked that rock over that he was on. He was slightly to the left, but it's looking all right. That stuff in the sump sticks. So we've got a coral garden there. I bought that from Maidenhead when they were taking their big tank apart. That big carpet anemone, he's about 15 inches across. We've got lots of leathers. And that's just the blue throat trigger video.